Well, this may not be very well formulated or thought out, but I just, driving an old truck into work this morning and thinking about things, and this truck was bought almost, well, this is 2022. Granddaddy bought this truck on September the 19th, 1976, brand new, had 4 miles on it when he picked it up from the dealership in Oklahoma. So what's that? That would be 46 years, something like that, 47, 46. I did math at Jonesboro High School, so it's subpar, I'm sure. Just kidding. Thinking about things and how stuff plays out and changes over the years. I'm sure that he didn't think when he bought this truck that it would be his last new pickup truck. And I'm sure that he didn't think whenever he bought this truck that, nearly 50 years later, his grandson, who he never met, would be driving the thing. But Mom and Grandmother and Aunt Suzanne and Uncle Bob, they all kept this truck around, going. Different story, because it is the truck that has never failed to fail. But they kept this truck around because it was Granddaddy's truck, right? So they drove this truck in memory of him over the years, and Dad kind of explained it to me, because of the way that Granddaddy suddenly passed away of a heart attack in 79. Grandmother and Mom, I'm sure to a certain extent, kind of held on to things that belonged to him because they lost him so suddenly. And I don't know, to what extent it was that they held on to things in memory of him, or because it was just a tendency that they had, or whatever. But stuff like this truck has been around in this condition for the most part for my entire life. It sat next to my grandmother's house in the second driveway, and we would drive it out to Uncle Hillis's garden, and whether it was tagged and legal or not, we drove it out there because she didn't want to take the old Cadillac or the S10 or whatever she had at the time and get it stuck. So we drive this thing out there because it'd run over just about anything. So it's been around. It's left, within the first 50 miles, I think, if I remember right, it had the catalytic converters deleted in Kearney, Oklahoma, and after that it has dropped an engine or transmission about once a year while it's been on the road. Now it's sat periodically for 10 years at a time or more, whether it was here in Northeast Arkansas or down in Little Rock. Uncle Bob used it for a truck on his property for a little while down there. Went through a couple of motors just doing that. But to the best of my ability to count and figure, this is engine number 8 or 9 that I've got in it, and I know it's transmission number 2 or 3 because it dumped the transmission while it was still under warranty with Chevrolet, and it's dumped 2 motors on them before they left Oklahoma. So it's just interesting how this old truck sitting around it's been a part of my life. When I was a kid, I called it Granddaddy's big truck. because grandmother had a little S10 pickup, and this was just ginormous in comparison. It's a 76 C10. But it was granddaddy's big truck. And it was funny today, I put Luke up here in the car seat with me. I've got his baby seat strapped in, and he said, "Yay, going for a ride in Daddy's big truck." And I thought that was really neat that he put the same kind of thing together. So, Mom and Aunt Suzanne and grandmother, they all drove this in memory of Granddaddy Buford, and first of all, I like the truck, even though it's, got rust and dents on every panel, completely unreliable. I like the truck, but I drive it in memory of them because, this makes me think of those those times in the summer when grandmother and I would drive out to Uncle Hillis's garden, and whenever there wasn't a vehicle to drive, or if Mom's car broke down, which she had an 89 Tempo that was also a lemon. Wow, somebody's really upset. So whenever it would fail when I was a kid, this was always the backup vehicle. So I don't know, it's just been around. It's always been the most unreliable backup vehicle you could ever ask for. So I hope that I've got it back on the road in a capacity that maybe my kids will want to learn how to drive on it. And if it makes it another 20 years without turning the rust powder, we'll be doing pretty good. Some people look at it like, well, why would you fix up that old truck? And that's kind of why. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the truck itself. It's just the memories that you made in the truck. And this was a big part of my childhood. I used to play on this truck. I'd jump in the back, and I was a wrestling ring when I was a kid. It was a big old 8-foot bed back there, so it's just been a part of my life, my entire life. So I just wanted to drive it. I wanted to drive it and have it be reliable for once, hopefully. It got a refreshed LS based 5.3 liter truck engine from a 2006 Silverado under the hood, and I did all that with my boys. And hopefully in the near future, as quick as I can get this parts truck broken down, it'll have an overdrive transmission so that I can drive it down to see Aunt Suzanne. Because that's the goal. I'd like to drive it down and see her, visit her with some photographs from grandmother's house that I've gone through, and take the old blue truck, me and the boys, down there and visit. But anyways, I don't know where I'm going here. I've rattled on for a while. Just feeling a little bit sentimental driving an old truck. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the supportive comments and stuff that you made whenever I've posted things about the truck. You see that sticker right there? That's been on there since the truck was new. Got the Oklahoma State University sticker back there as well. But it's this is what I like to do in my free time when I have it. It's rare these days, but when I do have some free time, I always like to work on something, and this has been a pain in the butt in our garage since we moved into the new house. And as I start to get it more reliable and more presentable, it's gonna free up that space for the kids to play in the garage when it's too cool outside to play, or whenever we need to park the new vehicle in the garage because it's storming. So thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for the support on the comments there, and I'll make another update video or something soon, but right now it's just trying to get her where she's roadworthy. So, thanks y'all.